Better get started. Okay. They can hear me now, can't they?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Kathy? Kathy Shea?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to say hello, and Nicole's on as well.
Nikki, sure.
And, oh, Nikki, okay. All right, good. So we have two people on. We got 2 more minutes. So I know it's silly, but.
One of these big utility bills, chances are you're living in an older home that needs insulation updates.
Is got something in the background. Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Yes.
I know it is very warm here. Dad, did you turn the AC down? It's dying.
Okay. All right, call to order. Let's all stand, please.
Everybody rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America.
Thank you all for being here. Getting the microphone, I'm just sitting down. That's, okay. Okay, please silence all your phones, and there's no crosstalk. And please, 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 for today, especially hold all your questions until the end. Okay, because there's like little things that I'm going to be mentioning, and you may have questions about them, but I don't want to, I just want to get through them. If that's, can you hear me? Okay, now you can hear me. All right, roll call.
Art Cardillo.
Lester Luciano.
Linda Williams. Kathy Rogers. Diane Wagner.
Frank Gadsden.
Okay. And recording. Anybody else? Greg's just Greg, okay, and Diane, obviously. Okay, I'm going to be reading the minutes from the February 12th meeting that we had. Call to order was at 10 a.m. It was the annual members meeting. Reminder, okay, the reminders would be saying no crosstalk, silence your cell phones, Note to all, please hold all your questions and comments until we complete the entire agenda. Your concerns will be addressed before the end of the meeting in general discussion. Recording was Andrea Disenfeld, Rick Schenk, Diane Wagner, Trish Gomez as the Zoom coordinator, and she is doing the same thing this time. President Kathy Rogers, Buster Luciano, Diane Wagner, Frank Hansen, Marty Dowler, and Linda Williams. Absent was Art Cardillo. Secretary, motion by Buster, second by Marty to approve the minutes from the January 15th, 2025 meeting. Okay, all approved. POA report from January 16th, 2025, read by Linda Williams. President, election review, quorum, e-votes 94, mail-in votes 35, later corrected to 36 mail-in votes, proxies 3. Motion by Buster, second by Marty, to approve the minutes from the 2014 to 2024 annual meeting, all approved. Election results per Andrea Distenfeld were Marty Dowler 105, Frank Hansen 107, Christos Levitas 25, Luciana Buster Buster Luciano, and it was 101. And my number's not on here. Yeah. Diane just asked me if I ran this year. Yes, I did. I don't know why the vote's not on here, but I did get enough votes to win. Okay, and it was not to win, but to get a seat, and Christos with the 25 had the lowest.
Make a motion to approve that, is there?
Well, I mean, we're not finished. Okay. I'll say, so therefore, all incumbents re-elected, no change to board members to 2025. Can we have a motion to update these minutes? The minutes. Motion to update.
That's what I just said, what you said.
Yeah, make a motion to update the minutes.
Okay, so Linda made a motion. Someone to second it?
I'll second
Okay. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, nominations for the POA positions were Linda Williams, re-elected unchallenged as the POA representative. Patricia Gomez, be appointed unchallenged as the voting member to POA. Treasurer is still working on December 31st, 2024 final adjustments, hopeful to complete and post next week. General discussion, comments on e-vote process, mostly good, easy, and satisfied. Motion by Diane, second by Buster to adjourn, all approved, adjourned at 10:25 a.m. Signed Diane Wagner. Motion?
Make a motion to accept that as read.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Then we have the Board of Directors organizational meeting, call to order 10:27 a.m. Kathy Rogers, Buster, Diane, Frank, Marty, and Linda were all present. Absent was Art Cardillo. Motion by Diane, second by Frank for current directors to remain in their current positions. All approved, President Kathy Rogers, Vice President Buster Luciano, Secretary Treasurer Diane Wagner, Buildings Frank Hansen, Grounds Marty Dowler, POA Representative Linda Williams, and Director Assistant Treasurer Art Cardillo. The schedule of the 2025 board meetings will be the third Wednesday of each month, except as noted. So February, we had no meeting. March 19th, it's tonight, 6:30, April 16th, 10 a.m., May 21st, 10 a.m., June 18th, 6:30, July 16th, 10 a.m., August 20th, 10 a.m., September 17th, 6:30 p.m., October 22nd, note the fourth Wednesday, instead of the third, we normally do the third, but because of the fourth, it's going to be the fourth Wednesday. And on October 22nd, November 19th, 10 a.m., December 17th, 6:30 p.m., and January 21st, 2016, 10 a.m. Motion.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second it.
Okay, so all in favor? Opposed? Right. So now. All right, so from President, from me, I'll make sure I have this, okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, just review the consent policy. It's been brought to our attention that some people are walking their dogs in sections 1 and 3. We've been asked by both sections 1 and 3 not to walk any of our dogs in 1 or 3. If you have a dog and you're walking the dog, walk that dog in section 2, please, only. Review the driving rules. It's 20 miles per hour. No passing, no tailgating, and no harassing people. Okay, that should be pretty clear to people, but we've had to bring it again to our attention, because we've had some people literally harassed, followed to their home and yelled at because of the way that we drive. So it's not right. Okay, review of the gate entry rules and walk-ins. Okay, so walk-ins only. So if you go out to do some shopping and then you get dropped off and you're gonna walk back yourself, make sure you have your ID with you when you come through, because you better go through the resident, not the non-resident, okay, with your ID, show your ID that you are really here, okay? Again, that's for reasons that we've had some issues, okay, with people who no longer live here, have come in here and complain about being here and all that kind of stuff, so, so that's the rule. I've been getting harassed, and possibly you as well, on Facebook and whatever, regarding that Medicare card that you can get for food and, you know, whatever, okay? I got 10 of them in one day, so I was so frustrated with that I thought, well, I'm gonna call my coverage. And I called my coverage, so that's all you have to do. If you want to see if it's a scam or not a scam, as far as that's concerned, or if you would benefit from it, look at the back of your healthcare card and you'll have a telephone number there. Call that telephone number and tell them you want to talk to an agent about that flex card or whatever it is that they're calling it, okay? And because some of you may or may, well, I don't, because my insurance, the plan that I have actually covers more than that card does. So, you know, I don't qualify for it, but some people may qualify for it. So take the time, if you're up to it, to give a call from the back of your, as I said, back of your card, and ask for an agent so that you can discuss the flex card and to see if you qualify for it. If it's just driving me crazy, that's all we're seeing is just these emails, and I want to make sure that nobody's going to get caught in a scam somehow. Because when I called one of those numbers, one of the first things that they asked for was my Medicare card number. You know, you never give that out, ever, 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 ever. So that's why I'm saying call your own carrier, okay, to get the information, because they have it. Okay, they have all the information that they need, you know, for you. So, okay. All right, so the other thing too is, what we just found out too, we requested from the people that did the voting for us, the voting setup for us, if they could do the same thing for the resident questionnaire. The resident questionnaire, we're required by statute to be updated every 3 years. Now, those people that have been living here for less than 3 years, you're still valid, but anyone that's been living here for longer than 3 years it's probably not valid. Okay, because when you filled it out about 3.5 years ago. So what we've asked is that Harold, who is the guy that sets up those forms, we've asked him if he could set that resident questionnaire up for us so that we could answer online. You know, the way we voted, just have to type things in. So he's working on that. We're supposed to get it tomorrow morning. Linda's gonna get a copy of that tomorrow morning. We'll look at it and see. But it's just another example of the things that we want to start using that opt-in for, okay? So that we can get a quick response from people. Okay, this will also give us an opportunity to say, and I keep saying this, but if I decided, well, I think this clubhouse would look pretty in purple, I'll be willing to bet that most people in here would say, no, but just to get the ideas from people, to get the feedback from people, we want to start using the opt-in, and it saves us a lot of money. It was almost $4 to send out every single one of those mailings before. So, and it's $400 for the year, or 300 something, 90 something, for the whole year, and we can use it as many times as we want. So now we have what, 100,
Yeah, but almost 140.
almost 140 people that have opted in, so we're pretty close, a little bit more than half, so that's good. So if you see your friends, those people that have filled it out already, and you see how easy it is, great. For those people that have had an issue and have not been able to fill it out, we would like to encourage anyone to talk to. If you're here and you don't have it, if you haven't signed up for it, to please do that. If you've not signed up, you can come into the office. We can give you the opt-in form. We'll set you up for it. And then if you need help with it, we have a couple of people that came in. And once you know how, it's just like what you would do is you get an email, you click on a link inside the email. And as soon as you do that, up comes whatever you need to fill out. And then you just use your phone or whatever it is, a computer, to fill in the information that we asked for. So it's very, very simple. And then when you finish doing that, you just press enter or whatever they say, okay, go. And you're done. You don't have to worry about it. That's how simple it is. So it's faster than probably doing even a paper. So anyway, that's what we'd like to bring up to you. And if you need help, you can come to the office at any time or give us a call and let us know that you need some help, and we'll make sure we make time for you. And it, it doesn't necessarily have to be office hours. I know a number of people are still working during the daytime. If you want us to come in the evening, we're happy to do that too. It's a very short,
Process.
huh?
Yeah.
Process.
Process. Yes, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, for those of you that haven't used Rushman to do any repairs in your unit or for you at all, he's no longer allowed on the premises. So you're not going to be allowed to call him in. If you call him in, he won't be able to come in. He's being told that today, so he'll know about that. Just Rushman. Oh, Russman. Sorry. Russman. He did some, now that is not Martine. Martine has the cards, and he's been coming in here, and he's approved by us, okay, by this High Point Section 2. But 1 and 3 are saying the same thing. They don't want Russman to come in here anymore. Okay, so he'll be stopped at the gate, but he's also going to be informed of that today, or he was today. Alrighty, and then okay, so good news. We have 4 units closed in March, and we have 3 scheduled to close in April, and we just got another one tonight when we came in. We have another one so it looks like they're picking up, the sales are picking up, so that's good news for all of us. So, okay. Vice President?
Yeah, I just want to make one comment.
Here.
We are out
Here.
of the hurricane season. We are out of the hurricane season, but now, as you noticed, a lot of tornadoes. So always heed to the warnings. Don't go out and look for the tornado. If they say there's a tornado on the ground, respect what they say, get in, get away from the windows. That's all I have to say. Just respect what they're telling you to do. Thank you.
Not much to talk about. We had a very busy year last year. Currently, big projects ahead are redoing the man vault in the center of the drive out here where you see the orange pumps. That's got to be repaired. We have plans to power wash the pool deck, and we're working on building crackings again. Other than having a really good shape right now.
Marty?
Don't need the microphone.
right.
Everything I guess is going on because they get me. I guess that's about it. If you need anything, just slip in.
All right.
Thank you.
Just to follow up a little bit on what Diane said about the financials. One good thing that we discovered back, I think it was 2023 or maybe even 22, was the water situation, which Frank got right on it. And each year since then, it's been lower. So like, you can only imagine where it would have been with the price increases. And if we didn't do what we did, that budget would be quite different. So that was a good thing. Just a couple of things going on in recreation. We made a couple of safety improvements. Those of you who play bocce might notice in the last week or so, the back of court one, the sunny side of court one, now has the paver blocks all the way across the court, right to the almost to the tennis court. It was too many people were it was like just much short. Too many people were taking that step and almost falling. So thank you to Frank to get on that right away. The other area that was always a hazard is the shuffleboard area because there's lots of dips and up and down and all that. And Frank and Bob last week repainted it so we could see the yellow lines more clearly. But please, when you're walking in that area, remember it's not an even place. There's a lot up and downs on the cement getting to the court. But I guess my thing said pool etiquette. I guess that was a strong word because you guys in section 2 use the pool primarily are great. I mean, you not in everything, but you're good about taking down the umbrellas. Pretty much courteous to everybody. The thing we have to work on a little bit is, and this isn't just our laws, this is the city laws, health department laws. Like, we do have to take a shower before we go into the pool. I mean, we're gonna get wet anyway when you go in the water. So I would really ask that everybody just take a quick rinse off. And to go along with that, I don't know if you ever noticed, but sometimes the pool has like a black scum ring just above the water line. That comes from the tanners, bronzers, body oils that people are, putting on themselves in the sun. So I guess I would ask before you go into the pool, if you have like a towel or something, you might want to like just wipe yourself down, take a quick shower. That doesn't go for sunscreen because obviously you need sunscreen for protection, but maybe put that on just a little bit before you get in there so it gets into your skin and you don't get the greasiest kind, because that scum line really doesn't look good. And this all these things really happened that month. About early in February, we had all those visitors from section 3. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't find them very polite or courteous at all because they did none of those two things. And also at that point in time, we found a lot of Band-Aids floating in the water. That's gross, like, so if you're gonna wear a Band-Aid into the water, at least make it waterproof, so it doesn't go floating around or doesn't get into the filter. that's not good. And then I would encourage everybody to read the rules, you know, the standard stuff. Water, you know, glass, no food. Just, you're all out there, just get a handle on it. And things like, I mean, again, this is really not music and phones, like if you have music, most people use headphones. You know, you want to play it at your table, that's great, but just ask the person near you, like, is this disturbing you or anything? If it is, turn it down or turn it off or get headphones. But most people, you know, depending on some of the music like it. Same thing with phones, if you get on the phone, try to walk away to an area that might be, you know, a little more private for your own conversation with those people around you. And so I really would like, in fact, I got a sign to put in front of the water before you get into the water that says shower, remove body oils, waterproof Band-Aids. I just took out those three. That's what we'll get rid of the sign after we get, you know, get good at it.
The people on Zoom can't hear you.
People can't, okay. And I also think our pool might be some difference, but I think whenever everybody's pool is working, you know, section 2 should go to section 2, 3 to 3, 1 to 1, unless you're bringing a guest, and that's different. There's no reason. Everybody has their own pool, it should stay that way. And I mean, a couple of weeks ago, the chaos out there. As Frank mentioned, we are going to try to spiffy up the pool a little bit. We're going to power wash the bricks, some of the chairs. Each day, Bob or Frank together, they wipe off the table, so that's clean. But once we do power washing, we'll probably do some refilling of the sand, the cracks of the blocks stay together. The weeds don't come up, especially along the side where it butts like other cement areas and around the perimeter and back where the pump area, it's awful. That has to be really, a lot of sand has to be put back there. And in conjunction with that, when the time comes, looks like maybe late April, I mean, no hard date, and not the top priority if anything else comes up, but we'll ask for a few volunteers who may want to come up and spread some sand around. So we'll touch that, you know, we'll close that and get there. And then, that's really it. Again, I say this every month, if anybody has ideas on additional recreation type of things they'd like to see, please pass it on. I mean, I think of things like ping pong table, you could fit one in here, you could probably put one out, get an outside ping pong table, but only if people are going to use it. So different games or things like that. You know, now that we have this voting and, you know, a two-way street of communication going back and forth, you know, if you can put enough ideas, we can see what the interest is. And we could just, a little at a time, I mean, this is really our only amendment, the clubhouse and the pool and the Bashi Club. So that, just be considerate for everybody and keep up the good work. Oh, and again, as you leave, like a lot of times, groups had to sit like 6-8 people at one table. There's a whole bunch of chairs. It wouldn't hurt if somebody said, let me move a couple back so it looks a little neater the next morning. That's all.
There were people playing shuffleboard today, which is a good sign. Yeah.
Okay, POA, there was no meeting. Okay, so. Old business. I don't have anything on. Oh, okay, okay. Ruby's not here, but, okay, activities for the barbecue. We're gonna be having the barbecue like we had last year. Hamburgers, hot dogs, and salad, and ice cream, on April 5th. Okay, so that'll be here and we'll have people sit in here to eat and, you'll get they'll be doing the cooking out there. And Tom has already, very graciously volunteered to, cook the meat like he did last year, so, that's good. So, we'll give you further information on that, but April 5th, which is what, Friday? Saturday. 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock?
Probably won't, yeah,
Okay.
but we'll get more information.
Yeah, we'll get the absolute information out to you, as soon as we finalize everything. So, and that should be, yes, next couple of weeks. So obviously, it's gonna be just very soon. Okay, so, but make sure you mark down April 5th. Okay, old business? Do we have any old business, anybody? Okay, new business, anybody? Alrighty. General discussion,
Okay.
people from the audience? Okay. Somehow or other, we've got to get this to you.
Section 3, the clubhouse is across from my unit, and they're constantly, when we have a party, using our space on the corner there, park their car on the parking. And even the neighbor that just moved in next door to me, he came home and they were into the sign space.
Okay.
And it's been, it's going on and on, and now they just do it constantly, just like when they got their roof done, they don't even come over and ask us, is it all right with you parking your space? Or your extra space, or what's going on? Give you your phone number and say, you can move it, they just park and take off. So, he was complaining to me about it today too, the regular, but still.
For those on Facebook, on Zoom,
Okay.
and we had a resident complaining about people in section 3 parking in the parking space near where she lives on South Lake Swing Drive, near the section 3 clubhouse.
Yes. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Wait, she wants to know where the parking section is, because it isn't anything.
Okay, so you're asking if there's no parking spaces here?
No,
Section 3. Okay,
No, I'm in section 2, and they're in section 3, and they're parking in my space, that's mine. Yes, not section 2 people, 23 has a function, and since my space is right there, when they're parking, they start pulling in our space. That's not fair.
Where are people allowed to park in any of the sections?
okay,
They have a function like that, they what, 25 places, and there's about 50 people that go there. All where they park.
well,
Where are we allowed?
right now, according to what the guidelines tell us, for sections 1, 2, and 3, you are allowed to park in one, a space that is unmarked. You're never, no one but the assigned person is allowed to park in the assigned space.
I mean, in section 3, we park in the ones that are unassigned, but are we in trouble for doing that? She's saying, like, for example.
Doesn't that go down the other way? Why don't they park in their extra space?
Because you're closer to the clubhouse, that's why.
All right, okay, I don't know why.
You know, my extra space and my space.
But we don't get no space, we only have 5.
Yes, you've only got one, you've got one assigned to you. You have one that's deeded to you, and that has the number that's the one that has the number on it. That's the one that has it deeded. Okay, so that's the one you have the right, you're the only person that should be using that, okay?
Well, my understanding was the extra space next to the second space was my extra space.
No.
And if you were from the one.
No. The only one that belongs to you is the one that has the number on it. That's it. That's deeded to you.
The rest are guest space.
The rest are guest space. Yes. Well, we've had the same issue. We've had exactly the same issue. So I'm just saying, we'll talk to section 3. We'll also, section 1, I think, do we have any issues with section 1? Okay, but section 3, we'll definitely address this, okay, with section 3. Okay,
Why don't we suggest in section 3 that when they do have an event, they use their overflow parking in our lot, this lot right here.
okay,
And not take individual people's spaces.
Yeah, but they don't wanna walk.
okay,
Exactly.
okay, yeah.
Section 3.
There's a lot of, okay. There's a lot of suggestions that we can make, but we'll bring it to section 1, section 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We shouldn't be parking in the grass, because that's where we have. Okay, Angie, I'm saying right now, we shouldn't be doing that. Okay.
Can't do that.
Well, we shouldn't be, because if we have any kind of irrigation there and we get on it, it breaks. Okay, so I'm just saying that I know what we do, just like I know what section 3 does. I know what, so I'm just saying that we'll figure it out. Okay, and then let you know what the output is from that. Yes.
Park in that extra space line, then where would I tell my kids to go park?
In the other, another empty space.
I understand.
It's supposed to be mine, yes, fine.
No, it's not.
We don't.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Yes. Yes.
For all of you,
Oh.
I've been waiting over 4 years for that ladies shower to be hot water, and I'm just too ever get it. If I can shower, so thank you so much for that. I don't know whoever was responsible. You. Not sure it was the collective effort, so you can get back to the complaints, but I just wanted to say, mwah.
Okay, anyone else?
Joanne, do you want to say something, Joanne?
I wanted to, maybe Marty can answer this or Kathy or whatever. I was wondering what we're doing about trimming trees. Are we doing any of that prior to hurricane season? Cause I have my palm trees and there's some dead stuff in the oak trees and I didn't know who.
They're working on now.
Yeah, the oak trees are gonna be starting this next week.
Didn't know whether there's something.
Yes, yeah.
Good question.
They're gonna, the ones that are hanging over, units, they're gonna trim those. And if they're some of the like broken branches, that kind of stuff, they'll get rid of that. But they're not really gonna trim, not for hurricane. They're not doing the hurricane trim.
Right.
They're just doing a trim. Okay,
My other question is, and I think I talked to Diane about this. I know that we address bird feeders. And I know we don't have probably a rule on how many bird feeders. But there are,
I will see you tomorrow about the bird feeders.
okay,
I got your list today.
okay.
okay, Lynn.
I hate to be wrong because, but there are so many of them.
Well, right, and don't they bring rats, because in the past they never allowed bird feeders, so. And isn't there at least one building right now that has rats? In our section?
Yes, we know that, so we've talked to those people that are throwing it into the grass.
Right, so the bird feeders contribute to that, right? That's, or at least that's what the board has said in the past.
Yes, that's why Frank said he's gonna talk to her.
Okay. Then could you add that email that there's caregivers parking in my.
They're caregivers that,
That there's caregivers are parking in assigned parking spaces, and you could just remind people that have 24/7 caregivers that they need to park in an empty space, not be assigned.
Is that the lady in the D unit?
Yeah,
Did you see her?
no, I just have to do it on the front.
Okay, well, I'll go talk to her.
Yeah. And then the previous lawn people, when they were going out with their machines, they.
Excuse me, just a second, there's crosstalk and you're interfering with me hearing. Okay, I apologize.
In the past, the previous one, people would, if they had their machines and they're going down the road and you're coming in behind them, they would kind of pull over. I noticed the new team doesn't do that. So is anybody, like, am I supposed to sit there while they go 5 miles an hour behind them, or what are we doing? Like, everybody else seems to pull over. I'm just curious.
Frank?
I don't understand.
I can talk to Rodney and have him,
Well, in other words, like,
Those guys are
everybody's
paying
complaining people go too fast.
Don't go fast, just go around.
Right, but in some cases, I've got something in front of me going around them, so then it takes me 20 minutes to get back to my house. You know, most people here are retired, I'm not, so I'm on a time schedule.
Give a little beat and just go around.
I'm just asking, do we want to come up with a plan, or hey, can you talk to the long guys and say, if you see a stream of cars behind you, maybe you want to pull over for a minute?
I'll talk to the head guy, landscaper.
Thank you. And then for all the complaints about all the people speeding, maybe there should also be a note about the people who don't actually do the speed limit and make a whole line of cars. Just, again, fair is fair.
Okay, the speed limit is 20 miles an hour. Some people will go lower than that.
Right, but
Some-
somewhere, like, maybe somebody has to go to the bathroom, they're like coming in, oh my god, I gotta go to the
Okay,
bathroom.
but
You know, it's like, everybody has a different story, so again, be respectful of your neighbors.
okay, 20 miles an hour. Some people may be going 15 miles an hour because they're looking at the birds that are on the side of the road. They're looking at the alligator that might be in the lake. Okay,
Well, that's
those-
it.
Baby.
When the golf carts come and they're on my sidewalk, I can't walk on the sidewalk then, and then I have to go through the grass. So if somebody's coming with the golf cart to do work, and it's not necessarily somebody from our section, perhaps, they should not be parked on the sidewalk, park in the grass, so that all of the other people who have to use the sidewalk can effectively use the sidewalks.
Just mention that to what's okay, all right. We'll mention it.
Thank you.
Anything else? Yes,
Why is he being allowed through the security gate? Because I guess you have to, if he's coming here to work, you have to call and let that person through, right? Let the gate know. So I guess this is for POA. I understand he was camping out in one of the empty units here. I don't know if you heard about that or not, but. So, yeah, you like that a little bit?
well, that's why I mentioned that we have another person that we recommend highly, or we can recommend.
Right.
His card is out there, okay? He does the same kind of work. He's a handyman. He's very familiar with here. He was,
talking about security.
You're gonna need to bring that up with the POA meeting,
Okay.
because we really don't have anything
There's
to
two
do
POA
with it.
people right here.
Not just the rep, this is
Okay,
basically, if somebody calls him in,
right,
then he would be coming in.
right.
Okay, he would be coming in. Now he is not, he's no longer allowed in, period.
Even if he was being called in to stay
Evidently.
here.
No. Somebody might have called him in or somehow and
No, he
he was in,
wasn't.
he stayed in.
he was not.
He was not being called.
No, so somehow he was in, but
But like,
He is now.
The security people let him in because they knew him. He used to be
No.
Chris. old
No.
employee
No.
that was fired.
they would
And
call
the guy-
No,
he let him in.
I'm not on the board. I shouldn't be saying anything.
No, there's a whole bunch of stuff behind this. There may be some keys. He purchased a car that was owned by someone who passed away, who was a resident here, and still had this sticker on it. Okay, so there's a lot of things that have been,
But can I add on to that? Can I ask?
when I finish, okay?
Sure.
Thank you. There's a lot of things that in the background that we've just recently become aware of, okay, regarding Russman.
Right.
And that's why he's not a safe person to have here. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, but I understand all that. My point is, we're paying for security.
Yes,
Now, if you're gonna let someone in like that they can camp out in one of the buildings here that are empty. I don't know if security is doing their job, or they should be maybe retrained just to.
This just came to light.
They just been told.
Okay.
They just been told
Oh, they have been told to
Yes.
make sure that they don't.
Yes.
let people in there.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Because they know it.
Yeah, so if you
Yes.
see them
Yes.
right in, then we have a
And
problem,
they-
but they should stop right now.
He had a sticker on the car that he bought that was still live. That's how he was getting in. And he was being called in. Okay, he was being called in by people that say, I want him to work in my place.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. All I know now is that now that we've become aware of this happening, that the POA, Tris has made sure that they know exactly that Rushman cannot come in. The other thing is that another person that has worked with him before called me today to say, I understand what's going on. I heard what was going on. I will call him and let him know that he's not allowed to come back in here. So that's what I'm saying. We're taking care of it.
Have a sticker to go through the owner's meeting?
No, it's been
Can't
Yeah.
deactivate.
deactivated.
But what about if he's friends with you?
Doesn't matter.
So what about if they call him in? We can't really.
They can't call him in anymore. That's what I'm saying.
What's the law that allows you to do that?
Okay,
No, I'm curious. because-
I have it at my desk. I don't know it off the top of my head, okay?
So I'll send it out and ask for,
It's,
I'm just curious because it doesn't seem to me that you can see, how can you stop me from coming to visit somebody?
Hey, aren't you the same person that wanted the guy kicked out of section 3 because he was a convicted felon? And now you want this guy coming in here? What's
No,
wrong with you,
Sir,
sir?
I'm not talking to you about
Well, I'm
that.
talking to you.
I'm not, well, and you know
I'm
what?
talking to you.
You should probably keep it close because.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
okay,
No,
Lynn,
I-
all right.
I-
well, that-
I want everybody to hear how close you are. I want everybody to hear what you are.
I'm asking, I'm saying that you guys are basically saying that if somebody is friends with that guy.
He broke into
I-
a condo, and he's living in the condo. I don't understand
Listen
about
to
that.
what I'm saying. I'm asking the
He's a
question,
criminal.
what
You want
is,
criminals in here?
there are criminals in here.
Well, he's
for
one,
the
he's
record.
not coming back, he's not
There
coming
are.
back.
So I'm asking how can you stop him from coming to visit somebody who's
And
friendly?
we have the police department.
He
There's
has,
a law.
well, then maybe you should talk to the police department. I don't think they're gonna be able to. tell
There is
that
a law.
keep it out.
Then
May I answer your question now? Thank you. There is a law.
Stop interrupting.
That's hysterical.
Okay, there is a law.
And what is it? What is it? You don't have to.
It's against trespassing. Trespassing.
Okay, but what if somebody who lives in one of the sections?
If someone-
Figure it
oh
out,
my God. Okay, so
How do you stop that?
we call the police if we see him, that he's here. If he's here, that's why I'm announcing it at this meeting. It's gonna be in the meeting minutes that he's not allowed here. I'm letting everybody that wants to take up these minutes and read these minutes to know that Russman is not allowed here anymore. Okay, so don't call him in. Don't bring him in your car. He's not allowed here anymore. And it's the next step right now. I got the law today, the statute today. I don't have it memorized. But basically, if he trespasses here when he's not supposed to be here, which he's been told today that he's not supposed to be here, he's not allowed to come here anymore. If he comes here again, we'll call the police if we see him here. Okay, we've already seen him. We know what his truck looks like. We know what his camper looks like. Okay, so we already know what to look for. If it's here when it's not supposed to be here and it's not supposed to be here ever again, then we call the police and we have the police arrest him. That's all we can do.
Any resident can do that.
Any resident can do that, yes.
Picture of this guy that we can all get a copy of that, because that would be.
Okay, we've got to talk, this all happened very quickly today, okay, that I found out about the law and all this kind of stuff. Okay,
You ever see it? For years, and they should have a picture of security too, because they can get a guard and that doesn't know. And trust me, I work security, they don't tell them in one.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is that we're taking care of it right now. I'm letting everybody know this right now. You can tell as many people as you want when you leave here. We'll also have it in the meeting minutes. I can't think of it, and we can send out an email that tells everybody as well. We can communicate as much as we possibly can, and if you see him, let us know, or
Call himself.
I don't know, but I would like to see a picture of him, because I'm wondering about what happened next door to me.
Well, I mean, we've gotten a number of incidents that have been reported to us, and that's why we've been investigating. Can we prove that it's this one individual? No, we can't. Okay, someone has been getting in the Dixieland gate. Okay, now that has been stopped because of Frank. But I'm just saying that we don't know if it was him or somebody else that was just manipulating we don't know. And so what we do know is that he was where he was not supposed to be on a couple of occasions, that was seen by people, that were witnessed by people, that saw it by people, and people have reported that. So that's why we've taken care of it the way that we have. We can only, if you see something, say something. When we find out about this stuff, we take care of it as soon as we know. And that's what we've done this week. I mean, literally, today's Wednesday. We found out about it like today, literally, officially. Or yesterday afternoon. So I'm just saying that we're taking care of it as quickly as we possibly can. We're doing all that we possibly can as well. And so, and that's why this meeting tonight, we decided that we were going to have this on the agenda so that everybody here could relay that message, because a lot of people are very familiar with Russman because he's worked in their units. Okay, so I'm just saying that, you know, it's under probably 90+% of the time that he's here, it's fine, because he's here because someone does want him to do some work or whatever, and so he's entitled. But
that was my question was, I
we stopped it. We've stopped it. What
he's friends with people.
he's not allowed to come in. He can't come in.
So you're telling me that because what? Because this is private complex, because he's a trespasser, that he's like, so now if he was a friend of mine, he's now not allowed to come to my house.
Correct.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. That's all, because I know for a fact he eats dinner with people
Okay,
in this place.
he's not allowed here anymore. I don't care what the circumstances are. He's not allowed here.
The other night, he's walking up the road, they were all fishing. I said nothing to the guard, so why there's one kid's been in here all the time. They're always in here. So
I don't get told this. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
I just, I said something to the guard. I said, tell us
Thank
that
you.
4 kids have walked past you. And I said, just FYI, I was walking up the road now, so they're in here, the kids been in here many times before. I see them all the time. I complain, nothing happens.
You want to get in here bad enough, you can get in here.
Well, it's
There's not a problem with that.
Okay, hold on. I understand. Everybody in this place wants us to be as safe as we possibly can be. When we know about something, we take care of it. Frank has gone out. He's made sure that people are, the kids that are here, he knows who they are, right? You've talked to them. Okay. And told them what they can and can't do, et cetera, what they have to do. You know, it's one of those things, you've got grandparents that have the kids in. What am I going to do with the kids? Okay, you can go over there and it's just like, because they haven't had the grandchildren here before, they don't know about the rules here. They should know the rules, but let's face it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. So they let us know. If we let us know, we'll take care of it. Okay. Marty's around, Buster's around. None of us are shy about talking to anybody in here, doing the things that they're not supposed to do. If it's brought to our attention, we take care of it. We found out about this on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I think we did it. We took care of it as quickly as we could.
24 hours.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. My understanding is that he was collecting garbage on like Monday night and Thursday night. Have those people, and I understand it's mostly elderly that can't get out. Have those people been notified that they won't be able to give them their, because
No,
most of the.
no, the answer is no.
Computers.
I don't have much telepathy. I don't know who those people are.
Marty's aware that he's done.
Okay,
And he had a list of
Marty, is it
people.
Russman that's picking it up? I know Cliff is
was,
picking it up.
He had a regular group every
Right.
Monday and every Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know who he picks up for, I have no idea.
okay, so now he's not gonna be let in. So I don't know who those people are.
I
If
don't
Cliff-
know either, I just know that he did.
Okay, if Do you know who they are, Marty?
Who what?
Do you know who those people were that he
No.
was picking? No?
No.
Do you think Cliff might know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, when he doesn't show up, these people will have to.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
This around the front.
The other two sections are aware, and they said they were gonna follow the
I
procedure,
agree he shouldn't be in there,
And,
I agree that.
but we can only do what we do.
I just think the people expect their garbage to be picked up and set it out. And he doesn't pick it
Well,
up.
if
And he
anybody
doesn't-
in here
he
knows,
doesn't get the garbage. Okay.
if anybody in here knows someone that's having that done, you can go and tell them that he's not gonna be picking it up anymore. Okay, so, and the bottom line is that Cliff is still picking up on the Tuesdays and the Fridays. So, he's still here. You know, that's all I can say. It's real world, and I understand that it's very difficult for a lot of people, for a lot of things, okay? We all have our difficulties, and we all ask for help in some way, shape, or form. And in as many ways as we possibly can, we do. Frank is always out there giving a hand. Marty's out there giving a hand. Buster is always our person to go to for anything, to go out there and tell somebody something. Art's out there with the pool all the time. Linda, you know, we're all involved and engaged with all the stuff that we know about. You know, that if you see it, say it. You know, that's the best way I can say it. Say it. Okay, just get in touch with us and we'll follow things up. It's not like we don't ignore things. So when we get phone calls, we do follow up, Lynn, and you know that we do follow up.
So, just for 3 sections, can we keep them out of the other
I
sections?
no, how are you gonna do that?
Well, that's so, okay, so now you're just saying he can't come through the gate, but he can't come to section 2, so then he can come through the gate.
He can't go to 1 or 3. He can't come through the gate. 1 and 3 have already agreed. Okay, that they're in with this, okay? I talked to both of them. I talked to Steve. I talked to Terry, okay? And they both agree with it. I got the statute from Steve. Okay, so I know the statute is legit. Okay, I have it on my desk. We read it. Most of the board members did read it to know that he's not allowed in here. So period, that's it. And then person that knows him very well spoke to me today and said that he understood that this is what was going on, that we did not want him to come on the property again. I said, yes, that's the truth. 1 and 3 are also agreeing with this. Okay, I'll make a phone call and let him know that he's not allowed to come in. So that's what's happened in less than 24 hours. Sorry.
One question I do,
Okay,
you guys said all about putting a lift chair at the pool for the people that's got bad knees. Some people have a really hard time getting in and getting out, but they can walk back and forth.
okay, Art, if you jot that down, we'll discuss it.
We'll look at
It
it.
should be something to think about.
Okay, well, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I can't give you an answer right now. It's gonna cost, it's how much cost?
Right.
What is it gonna take to do that, all of that kind of stuff. So I don't think we've ever gone that far.
Right, it's somewhere it's looking. People can get in without.
See, and the other thing is we have to get legal involved with that. We have to get the insurance companies involved with that as well. To make sure that we're not doing something to put ourselves in jeopardy, because if we take responsibility for that, that's part of the reason why we didn't get the hot tub. We were also talking about getting a hot tub.
Yeah.
And then once we went to legal and we talked to all of this kind of stuff, they were like, no, it's too much of a responsibility. So no, it wasn't, it was just the
But
responsibility.
it's good you brought it up because we'll
Yes.
look into it, but when people see things and they think we automatically know on the board, if we don't know it, let us know. Because we'll try to take care of whatever's going on, if it's not supposed to be going on. Like Joanne, let us know about that. Then let us know about the other things. We'll look into this, and if we can do anything about it, and we have a thing, a code, not a code, but laws that say he is not allowed here, he will be arrested if he's on the property. That's all we can do. If we see him, we'll call the police and have him arrested. We don't want to physically do anything ourselves. That's why we call the police.
Yeah. Okay,
No, he won't.
Angie?
I know on the last floor that we had in the pool, there was a coating that it didn't get hot. This, I know this flooring was supposed to be treated, but obviously it wasn't treated. So wasn't there a coating that we can put on it so that people would be, because it's burning up when the sun is out, the floor, you can't even walk on it. Of the pool.
You mean it's that?
It's summertime, just wear your sandals for the shower and leave them off at the pool. Put them on when you get there. We can't,
Angie,
it shouldn't be a store.
Angie,
Yeah.
over here. I priced it, they wanted $36,000 to coat that area around.
It's not worth
With a heat
Fire
type
rating
coat.
standard.
Now, when this was put in, it was supposed to be,
I know.
the stones were supposed to be some kind of cooling stone. Well, somebody got sold a bunch of bullshit because they're not cooling stones.
And they never did anything about it. And they put it in.
No, it's way before me, I don't know anything about it. But it's expensive to coat that.
We don't live in a perfect place for sure. But we live in a very good place, okay, a very, very good place. And again, if there's something that you see that you don't like, let us know. Again, we don't have mental telepathy, okay? I have my opinions about things, but that doesn't mean that everybody is gonna go along with it. You know what I mean? It just means that let us know and we'll investigate, see what happens. Sometimes there's legal reasons why we can't do it. Sometimes there's insurance reasons that we can't do it. You know, all of those kinds of things. So you have to take it in. It's not just one person. It's got to take into consideration everyone, all 264 people that own in here plus. Okay, so that's what the story is, okay? And as far as like sometimes the laws that we have and the way that it was originally put together, that High Point was put together, section 2, sections 1 and 3, the way they were put together, that's the way it is. Now, if we want to change that, if we want to have 2 parking spaces, then what we have to do is we have to go in and change the whole form,
Yeah,
everything has everything has to go to be changed. Now, I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm just saying that right now, as of right now, we're allowed 1 parking space as deeded to you. The others are guest. It makes no difference whether it's your spouse or your visitor or whoever it is. That open space is an open space. It's the same thing with 3. We've had this argument before with section 3. If you recall, when we were having our pool done. Okay, they were jumping up and down literally in this office, screaming and yelling at us because people were taking their parking spaces. Because they were across the street from the pool, they were empty spaces. They have that pool area. So, and I remember very vividly, Paul Flammer and I, in a torrential rainstorm, had to go out, find out what the license plates were on the cars, and we had to come back here and look at what the license plates were and get in touch with people so they could move their cars. Okay.
Their spaces belong to those 2 units.
no, it doesn't.
As their guest space is not anybody's guest.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm saying that section 3, I'm section 2, and that's my guest space for my apartment.
It's not. See, that's the thing, the point I'm trying to make. That's what you, they were parking just like you said, in somebody's actual assigned space.
And they were. Oh, that's not right.
Okay, we can go on and on and on about
I
this.
think there's anything
Okay.
else,
All right. Okay,
make a motion.
You have anything else?
okay,
Unless if somebody wants.
okay,
You have
What's
one
the matter?
question at the back there.
yes.
I compliment people who play bocce, because our building is right across from there, and a lot of people drive. And they're very considerate about only parking in the spaces that are blank. So I just want to compliment them that they are doing that and not
Yes.
giving it to the resident spaces.
And they also park in the, in our parking space
Yes.
here too, so, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all, I mean, I think the vast majority of times. And now that if I bring it to their attention, section 3, they should be talking to their people to say, hey, you know, you shouldn't be parking there or whatever. I'm just saying that I'm not gonna just let it drop. All I'm saying is that there's no legal standing that we have to say they can't park there. Okay, because that's in all of our documents, sections 1, 2, and 3, all tell you, you have a one space that is deeded to you and the other ones that are empty, anyone can park in. And it's literally anyone can park in. So that's why. You know, we're caught between a rock and a hard place. So I'm just saying that I understand, believe me, what you're saying. But there's nothing that we can legally do to force the situation. So. Are we ready? All right, we're good? All right,
Make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you very much for coming.
Bye-bye. Steve, thank you for being there. And Nikki, you're already gone, but thank you as well. Okay. And thank you to everyone here for attending. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
It's